I'm Jasmine Brandt, and I have Hollywood Exes Sheree Fletcher. How you doing today?
I'm good, Jasmine. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So I have to ask you, 3 seasons in, what's the biggest difference you've seen or you noticed since you started?
Pertaining to the show, well, I mean, probably the addition of new, castmates. Shayna's new this season. Shamika's been on for 2 seasons. So that's pretty much it. It's the same old, keep the drama going, sisterhood. I think what's great about us is that we kind of stay consistent and true to our brand, which is it really is a sisterhood. And we will disagree, we'll bump heads, we won't see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we want redemption. We want to try to understand and get past and have some resolution.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Because you all say it by sisterhood.
Well, I think there's a common denominator between all of us. Being married to very high-profile, famous X-Men, Lord have mercy. They are X. They are X. But very high-profile, very successful men. And that's an experience that not everybody can understand. So we all have that in common, and I think it creates a bond that probably goes above and beyond what the other reality shows have. There's that built-in understanding and compassion.
Makes sense. Gotcha. Now you're a Christian. You are a first lady. With that said, I think sometimes people think those are two different worlds: reality TV and Christianity. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, you think different.
Well, you know what? I do. I see how, reality typically can be very, very high drama and not really show us in a good light, particularly black women. So I think when you think of somebody being a Christian, you think of that person having higher standards or, trying to strive towards perfection and excellence. And it does seem like a contradiction. What reality is, but you can do, I think you can do both. I'm still a Christian. I'm in my 3rd season, and I don't plan on not being a Christian anytime soon, so it kind of is what it is.
Now, I think initially I had read that you received a little bit of criticism for being a first lady and being on reality TV. Has it gotten better?
You know what? I think people are always going to criticize. They're always going to have something to say, no matter what you do. And a lot of times criticism comes out of, some of it comes out of just people being mean-spirited, but a lot of it comes out of ignorance and people just not understanding. But I think when you watch the show, you see that I'm a real person. I'm not judgmental. I do have my standards, and my thing is don't expect perfection out of me. Just because I say I'm a Christian doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'm still striving and I'm still going through the process. And I fall short every single day, which is why I'm saved in the first place. Because I need some help in this walk. So, but people are going to have something to say. But so far, so good. It hasn't been brutal. And I definitely don't go looking for it. I don't check the blogs. I don't do all that. Now, Twitter is hard because that kind of comes bam, right to you. It's like somebody coming in your foyer and just yelling obscenities. It's like, whoa, why are you in my house? So yeah, it can get difficult and tricky at times, but I think you build up a thick skin so that you're able to put yourself on the front line and take the hits. And 3rd season in, my skin's getting a little thicker.
What about the congregation? Does anyone say, we don't want to see our first lady had a cocktail on TV or she said a curse word? Does that happen anymore?
That would be the pastor's issue. Hallelujah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I don't need to know everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know everything. I have a calling, I have an assignment, and I'm going to do the very best I can to fulfill what God has purposed me to do. And will I make mistakes? Absolutely. Will I fall short? Absolutely. But, we have to give each other grace, and we have to give each other space to work out our own process. I mean, we just do.
That's one of my favorite words, grace.
Grace.
I love grace.
Beautiful.
A lot of times reality TV puts a strain on personal relationships and marriages and that sort of thing. Has that happened with you?
No, I don't, it hasn't put, now, I mean, marriage is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It has not put any extra strain on our marriage. You know, like I said, marriage is not the easiest entity to come into, but I would say no. I would say no. If it has, he ain't told me yet. So,
well, that's nice.
yeah.
On a recent episode, one of your castmates said that, or she didn't consider you a regular single mom because you had Will Smith's money. Looking at the episode and experiencing it, do you consider yourself the same sort of single mom as anyone else, or?
You know what? That had to be one of the most ignorant things I've ever heard. And it was hurtful because, like I said, we are a sisterhood and we have the fact that we were married to these high-profile men in common. I think with her it came from a hurt place. I think there's some healing that she still has to do, so I couldn't take it too personal. I mean, it shocked me at first, and I was very offended by the comment because, you know, children are so much more than, you know, than the house that they live in or the cars that they get to drive in. I was a single mom that didn't have a 24/7 nanny. I didn't do that. I was very, very hands-on, and to undermine that was not a good thing, you know, and just they need so much time and attention and energy and love and support, and I've given that to my son, and you can tell the relationship that we have speaks of that. Yeah.
How's your relationship now?
Money can't buy that. Money can't buy relationship. Yeah. With who? With the one that made that dumb comment? Well, you know, it's crazy because what happens in reality TV is you tape it, you get upset, you come together, you deal with it, you make peace, and then a couple months later, it's on TV. And then you hear things that you didn't know were said, and it causes another issue, and it like tears the scab off of the old wound. So we have a conversation that needs to be had, because my take was I chose to forgive, even though I didn't get an apology. I chose to forgive and sweep it under the rug, and you know, so to be upset with me because I'm trying to understand where the comment came from is not okay.
Gotcha. One of the big storylines this season is Drea and her engagement right now. Is what we're watching, although they're married or wrong. Why were you concerned about?
Well, quite frankly, I thought it was too fast. And not that love can happen fast. I mean, I know people that love at first sight. It's not common. It does happen. But I think the smart thing to do is to wait, because people can be who they think you need them to be for a short amount of time, but after a while the true person will come out. You'll start to see who they really are. You can't hide, you know, forever. So I think it's just smart for grown-ups, even though you feel those feelings and you got the butterflies, just wait and watch.
So, were there signs that you saw?
No, I didn't really see any signs, other than the sign itself was the fact that it was so fast. That to me always raises a red flag. Like, why, you know, especially when you have a family, when you have children. I think you have to just take a beat and you know, really process and really put some thought and some time into making a lifelong decision. And I speak from personal experience. You know what I mean? I did some fast relationships that none of them worked out. So yeah, I think you need to just wait.
Gotcha.